Hi dear students, I am Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. In this session, we are going to learn the fourth chapter, the human body, that is the nervous system. Nervous system. What is the meaning of nervous system? Just I will say some examples for you. When you touch some hot body, what will do? You will keep the hand on that hot body. No. What can we do? We will just remove, without knowing ourselves, we will remove it. If any dust will come, if or anyone hit to your eyes, what can we do? We just close our eyes. Without any intimation, we will close our eyes. Okay. If a ball comes forcibly, if the sound hears, what we will do? Just we will show some reflection or some reaction. Will show some reaction. This will happen by this nervous system only. This will happen by this nervous system only. Without knowing us, we will react. Immediately we will react. That reactions will take place by this nervous system. The immediate reactions will take place by this nervous system. How they will take? Which are the organs included in this? We will study in this chapter. Okay, the main thing is the brain, how the brain works, everything we will study one by one in this chapter. The page number 30, I hope you have already opened the textbook. Okay, I will read the lesson, human body, the nervous system. Here they are given some important terms. I will read them. Beverages, a special drink other than water. Antiseptic, a substance that prevents the growth of disease causing microorganisms. Coordinate, regulate or control. Voluntary, one's own free will. Pigmentation, coloring matter. These are the terms which will come in this lesson. Okay, when the words will come, I will say the meaning and explanation for that. Okay, now I will read the lesson, the nervous system. The nervous system is made up of the brain, the spinal cord and thousands of nerves. The brain. Who do you remember the way to your friend's house? Where do dreams come from? Why do your eyes blink? Your brain is in charge of all these activities. The brain is the control center of the nervous system. It has three major parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. All these parts work together. Cerebrum. Cerebrum is the biggest part of the brain. It is the thinking part of the brain and controls the voluntary muscles, the ones that move when you want them to. When you are thinking hard, you are using your cerebrum. Your memory lives in cerebrum. Thus, the cerebrum controls our ability to think, learn, decide, remember, dream, and feel. It also receives and interprets information from our sense organs. Cerebellum is at the back of the brain, below the cerebrum. It coordinates muscular activities and is responsible for balancing the body. Because of your cerebellum, you can stand upright, keep your balance, and move around. Brainstem or medulla lies below the cerebrum, and in front of the cerebellum, it connects the rest of the brain to the spinal cord. It controls breathing, digestion, and blood circulation. It also controls our involuntary muscles like heart and stomach. Okay, up to here we will discuss now. First one, the nervous system. The nervous system is made up of the brain. What are the main organs? Is brain. Next one is the spinal cord. The spinal cord and the nerves. And the nerves, these includes the nervous system. These include the nervous system, that is brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. What is that? First we will study about the brain. The brain. How do you remember the way to your friend's house? You know, when one time you will go to your friend house, next time you will independently go. First time you go along with your friend, next time you will go yourself only. How? Just you remember what is the way and where you have to take the turn. Everything you remembered yourself. Okay. How it is possible? Because of this brain. Because of this brain. What the last lesson we have taught? You learn, you know it, you remember it. How? By this brain only. That means everything we are keeping in memory, that is by this brain only. This is like a memory chip. This is like the memory chip of the man or memory card. Like that. Okay. Where do dreams come from? While sleeping, you are feeling dreams. So how the dreams come? Why do your eyes blink? They are automatically blinking without our knowing. They are automatically blinking. Okay, our heart is beating. We are respirating. Okay, so all these things done by this brain only. The brain is in charge of all these activities. That means every activities in our body is controlled by this brain or done by this brain. Okay, the brain is the control center of the nervous system. The brain is the control system. That means everything is under the control of the brain. Our total body is under the control of the brain. It has three major parts. It has three major parts. What are they? First one is cerebrum. First one is cerebrum. Second one is cerebellum. Cerebellum. Next one is brainstem or medulla. Brainstem or medulla. Okay, these are the parts of the brain. These are the three parts of the brain, that is cerebrum, cerebellum and brainstem or medulla. So one by one we will study what is the function of the cerebrum, next cerebellum and medulla. Cerebrum is the biggest part of the brain. Cerebrum is the biggest part of the brain. See, it is here only. Okay, cerebrum is this part. This is called as the cerebrum. It is the thinking part of the brain and controls the voluntary muscles. That means voluntarily moving, like our hand, okay, legs, everything, mouth. Okay, these are all the controls by this cerebrum. It is the thinking part of the brain and controls the voluntary muscles. First, you learn about voluntary. Voluntary means while we are moving. If I want to move, then only I will move. If I want to take the pen, I will take the pen. Like that. After thinking, we are doing that work. That muscles help them. They are called as voluntary muscles. Okay, they don't move themselves or they don't do any work themselves by the brain. If the brain gives the signal, then only they move. They are called as voluntary muscles. They are called as voluntary muscles. Another one is their involuntary muscles. They do themselves. They are not controlled by anything. For example, our heart, breathing, lungs. Okay, they are all the involuntary muscles. Voluntary muscles means we have to give the signal or we have to give the message, then only they will do the action. Okay, see, the hands are like this. If you want to move means if you want to move, if you feel move, then they will only move. Otherwise, they can't move themselves like this. Okay, they are stable. If you want to move, then you give the signal to raise your hand, then only they will move. Okay, they are called as voluntary muscles. The ones that move when you want them to. That means if you want, then only they will move. Otherwise, they will stay as there. Okay. When you are thinking hard, you are using your cerebrum. That means at the time of thinking. At the time of thinking, you are using this cerebrum. And you are using your cerebrum. Your memory lives in cerebrum. That means from the childhood, what are the memories you have? They are all stored in this cerebrum. They are all stored in this cerebrum. The cerebrum controls our ability to think, learn, decide what we have to do, Okay, remembering, dream and feel. Everything is controlled by this cerebrum. Once again, I will read which are the controls. Okay, thinking, learning, decide, remember, dream and feel. All these things are controlled by this cerebrum. If you want to think, you are using this cerebrum. If you want to decide, you are using this cerebrum. If you want to remember, you are using this cerebrum. Okay. It also receives and interprets information from our sense organs. That means it will also receive the sensor, what we are seeing, what we have to do. That is, everything is decided by this cerebrum. For example, if a dust is coming, it tells close your eyes. It gives the message to the eyes that closing. So we will close our eyelashes. Okay, that is the cerebrum will decide. Everything is already decided by the cerebrum. That means it also receives and interprets information from our sense organs. I hope you understand what is the function of the cerebrum. It controls, okay, thinking, learning, decision, remember, dream, and feel. Okay, it also takes the messages from the sense organs and do the action, what is necessary action. Okay, that is decided by this cerebrum. That is decided by this cerebrum. Next, cerebellum. Cerebellum is at the back of the brain. That means here, this part is called as cerebellum. Below the cerebrum, it coordinates muscular activities and is responsible for balancing the body. That balancing our body is done by this cerebellum. Okay, because of your cerebellum, you can stand upright, keep your balance and move around. That means because of your cerebellum only, you can stand upright. Okay, you standing straight and keeping our balance and moving around. Everything happens by this cerebellum. That means the cerebellum is helping our body posture. Okay. Next come to brainstem or medulla. Brainstem or medulla, here it lies. This is the brainstem or medulla. Medulla lies below the cerebrum and in front of the cerebellum. It connects the rest of the brain to the spinal cord. What is the spinal cord? Here, what the support we have? The backbone. That is the spinal cord. It controls breathing. What the medulla controls? Breathing, digestion and blood circulation. They are all involuntary. That means they do their work without any message or anything. Okay, without any message or anything. So they are called as involuntary muscles. They are called as involuntary muscles like heart and stomach. It also controls our involuntary muscles like heart and stomach also. Okay, so this is the function of the medulla. Once again, I will explain. Medulla lies below the cerebrum and in front of the cerebellum. It connects the rest of the brain to the spinal cord. This spinal cord is very, very important for that reason only. It controls breathing, digestion and blood circulation. Everything are involuntary. Digestion, involuntary. If you eat or don't eat, it will do its function. Okay, they segregate some juices. Everything will happen. Okay, for that reason only you have to take the food. Otherwise, you feel hungry. Hungry will start. Okay, you can't stop hungry. I don't want hungry. You will stop it. They are not voluntary. They are involuntary. So they are involuntary muscles. You have to eat your food. Okay, breathing. It will automatically do its work. Heartbeat. It will automatically do its work. Blood pumping. Yes, it is also do its work automatically. Okay, they are called as involuntary muscles. They are called as involuntary muscles. Okay, this one. So this brain is very, very important. For that reason only, everyone is telling, okay, while walking, while going by a vehicle, we want to use the helmet. Because everything is under the control of this brain, memory, everything. What we are to do, the actions and the control of our bodies, everything goes from here only. All the nerves, these nerves are connected to the brain, and every action should be go by this brain to the all the parts to these nerves. If one nerve is damaged, one hand will not move. If another one damaged, this hand will not move. like that. Everything like a network, like a network. I have seen the serial sets from the control. If one line is not working, the full line is not switch on. So like that, the brain controls everything. For that reason only, keep your head safe. Please keep your head safe. Don't hit anybody to the head. Okay. While playing also, don't throw anything to the head. This is very, very important because everything is controlled by our brain. So head is very, very important organ. So keep it safe. While playing or anywhere you are going by bicycle or anything, just be safe with your head. Okay. Therefore, our Indian government has announced the helmet is very, very compulsory for both the riders in the bikes. Okay. Next, we'll go to the spinal cord. I hope you understand what is the brain, cerebellum and medulla. Cerebellum, everything controls. Feeling, thinking, everything. Cerebellum, once again it controls brainstem, it controls the involuntary muscles. Okay. Next, we'll go to the spinal cord. We'll go to the spinal cord. I am reading page number 31. The spinal cord is a long bundle of nerves inside the spinal column and the vertebrae that protect it. It is about 43 centimeter long in adult women and 25 centimeter long in adult men. The vertebral column is a collection of bones, that is backbone, that houses the spinal cord. Messages travel from the brain to the spinal cord and then to all parts of our body. Similarly, incoming messages enter the spinal cord from all parts of our body and then travel up to our brain. See here in the figure they have given the spinal cord. Okay, spinal cord and which connects to the brain. In this picture they have given clearly how it connects to the brain. The spinal cord is a long bundle of nerves. That means bundle of nerves coming from the brain, and inside the spinal cord. Inside the spinal cord, and from there it distributes to the all throughout all the parts. Like this, from the brain it connects like this, and from here everywhere it distributes to our body everywhere. Like this, it starts from the spinal cord. If this is the spinal cord. Okay, it distributes to every part of our body. And vertebrae that protect it. Vertebrate means backbone. Backbone has vertebrates. Okay. So it is about 43 centimeter long in adult women and 25 centimeter long in adult men. 43 centimeters in adult woman, that means the grown-up woman has 43 centimeter long the spinal cord and the men has 25 centimeter long. Okay. The vertebral column is a collection of bones, that is backbone. You have the backbone here. You touch, you will feel it. Okay. You will touch, you will feel this backbone. Okay. That houses the spinal cord. That means it is forms the spinal cord. Messages, how the messages? Messages travel from the brain to the spinal cord. From brain to the spinal cord it travels, and from the spinal cord they will travel to the throughout the body. They will travel to the next from the first they will start from the brain, next they reach the spinal cord. From the spinal cord they will travel to the other parts of the body. Same from other parts of the body, first they will enter into the spinal cord. From the spinal cord they reach to the brain. This will take within fraction of a second. It won't take not even single second. It will take in a fraction of a second. When you divide a second into 60 parts, it will take just 10 to 20 parts, that's all. For that reason only, when you touch a hot object, just you remove your hand. You are removing your hand. If any sharp object we are sitting or we are taking, just we will remove our leg or anything. That will take within a fraction of a second. Okay, that means the signals will travel from our parts of the body to the spinal cord to the brain. Brain will next send response. You will remove your hand like that. So that from the brain to spinal cord to the hand. Okay, like this. Next, we'll go for the nerves. The spinal cord is over, brain is over, and to the nerves. Are you understand the spinal cord? Yes, the spinal cord is in between the brain and the nerves and our body parts. Okay. Next, I will read the nerves. Nerves are bundles of nerve cells spread throughout the body. All parts of the nervous system contain certain cells called nerve cells or neuron. Each nerve cell has a cell body. Small fibers called dendrites come out from the cell body. A long fiber called axon extends from one end of the cell body. Axon carries signals from the brain to the spinal cord, and dendrites carry information back to the brain. Okay, here first we'll study about the nerves. Nerves are bundles of nerve cells spread throughout the body. That means the nerves, they are like this. Okay, like the roots. Like the roots, they are not, you will feel the nerves, that blood vessels you will feel. Okay, like that only the nerves also present. When you see the blood vessels, along with them, nerves also there. Along with them, nerves, they are very, very thin. Okay, throughout our body, they spread. All parts of the nervous system contain certain cells called nerve cells or neurons. What they consist of? They consist of nerve cells. They are made up of nerve cells. What is the nerves made up of? Nerve cells or neurons. Neurons. They are made up of neurons. Okay. Each nerve cell has a cell body. Once again, this nerve cell has a cell body. See here, they are given the cell figure, nerve cell figure. So this much includes the cell, nerve cell. One cell consists of this much parts. Okay. First one is cell body, dendrils, axon. Okay. Small fibers called dendrites come out from the cell body. A long fiber called axon extends from one end of the cell body. See here, they are given this axon. This figure is very, very important. This will given in the 10th standard. Up to 10th standard, you will study about this axon, nerve cell, everything. Okay. In the SLC exam, they will ask this figure also. Okay. So don't worry about now itself. That means this is very, very important topic. Okay. A long fiber called axon extends from one end of the cell body. Axon carries signal from the brain to the spinal cord, and dendrites carry information back to the brain. That means what the function of the axon? They will carry the signals from the brain to the spinal cord. Brain to the spinal cord, and the dendrites carry information back to the brain. Back to the brain. Understand? Here, what the axon will do? Axon carries signals from the brain to the spinal cord. From the brain, what the return going is, the signals are carried by axons, and the incoming signals are carried by these dendrites. Okay, incoming is carried by dendrites, and the return signals are carried by these axons. Okay, next we will move to the nervous system. How many types of nerves are there? Nerves are three types. Nerves are of three types. Now we will move to the nerves types. How many types of nerves are there? The types of nerves. There are three types of nerves. There are three types of nerves. First one is sensory nerves, motor nerves, and connecting nerves. Okay, these are the three types. Once again, I will repeat: sensory nerves, motor nerves, and connecting nerves. One by one, what are the functions we will study now? Sensory nerves. First, I will read. Sensory nerves carry signals from the sense organs to the spinal cord and then to the brain. These signals include temperature, smell, color, etc. These messages tell the muscles and glands to act. Motor nerves carry messages from the brain and the spinal cord to the muscles and glands. These messages tells the muscles and glands to act. Connecting nerves passes the messages between sensory nerve cells and motor nerve cells. If you saw a tamarind, what will happen? In your mouth, the bile juice will produce. Okay, if you see some salt and everything, that bile juice will come here. When you feel happy, in your eyes, tears will come. Yes, everything by this only sensory nerves. Everything by this sensory nerves. I will inform, I will explain now how sensory nerves carry signals from the sense organs to the spinal cord and then to the brain. That means by seeing our eyes, there is a tamarind or any something like tamarind test, okay, that will gives message to the brain. Then the brain to the spinal, the first sense organs give the signal to the spinal cord and from spinal cord to the brain. Next from brain to the spinal cord to the mouth, the bile juice will produce. Okay. These signals include temperature, smell, color, etc. That means when you touch hot, just you will remove your hand. Okay. When you feel bad smell, what you will do? You will close your nose. Automatically you will close by hand, you will close your nose. Okay. That means the nose sends this to the spinal cord, from spinal cord to the brain. Next from the brain to the spinal cord, from spinal cord to the hand. The message will pass and you will automatically close your nose. Like that. And when you feel good smell, or like that you will feel. Okay, everything is by these sensory nerves. Okay, motor nerves carry messages from the brain and spinal cord to the muscles and glands. These messages tell us the muscles and glands to act. Connecting nerves pass the messages between sensory nerves and motor cells. That means first sensory nerves are from the sense organs. From the sense organ, this comes to the spinal cord and then to the brain. These signals include temperature, smell, color, etc. Next, motor nerves, what they do, they carry messages from the brain. That means written messages from the brain and spinal cord to the muscles and to the glands. Okay, for that reason only, from the glands, the saliva will produce. From the glands, the saliva will produce. These messages tell the muscles and glands to act. That means muscles, remove your hand, take your leg back, like that. Don't hit the wall is there, just remove your head, like that. The messages will come. So we will automatically do this. Okay, and connecting nerves passes the messages between these motor nerves and the sensor nerves. Okay, connecting nerves, sensory nerve cells and motor nerve cells. Between these two, these connecting nerves will act. I hope you understand how these sensory nerves. First, from the sense organs, messages passes through the sensory nerves. Through these sensory nerves to the spinal cord, from spinal cord to brain. Brain reacts and the written messages comes from this motor nerves to gland or to the other parts of the body to act. These messages are passing through by these connecting nerves. I hope now you clearly understand. Once again I will explain. Okay. When we see or any object, when we see or hear or feel any or anything, the sense organs sends the messages, send the messages through the sensory nerves. Send the messages through the sensory nerves to the brain. Brain reacts. What we have to do? So that passes by this sensory nerves. Okay. In this, the message will passes through this connecting nerve. This acts as the wire, like a wire. Okay. This is the sender. This is the respond one. In between these two will connecting nerves. Okay. Everything is under control of brain. Who reacts here? Brain reacts here. Okay, so this is how the sensory nerves, motor nerves and connecting nerves are interconnected. Next, reflex action. What do you do if you accidentally touch a very hot cup of tea? You withdraw your hand immediately without even thinking. Such actions that happen automatically without our thinking are called reflex actions. In the reflex action, the brain has no role, thus only the spinal cord is involved. When you touch a hot object, the sensory nerves convey the signal of the high temperature or hotness to the spinal cord. This signal is then passed to the motor nerve through the connecting nerves. The motor nerves carry the instructions to the muscle of the hand to withdraw the hand. Blinking of eyes and withdrawing of the foot when you step on a sharp object accidentally are other examples of reflex action. So here it is reflex action. That means sudden action taken by you. Sudden action taken by you, that is called as reflex action. What do you do if you accidentally touch a very hot cup of tea? You withdraw your hand immediately without even thinking. I already explained that without our knowing, just we'll remove our hand. Okay. Such actions that happen automatically without thinking are called reflex actions. What we are reflecting, that means without any fraction of a second, we are removing our hand, our leg, or we are closing our eyes. Okay, or we are closing our ears like that. Okay. In the reflex action, the brain has no role. Thus, only the spinal cord is involved. Here, the spinal cord itself it decides. Okay. When you touch a hot object, the sensory nerves conveys the signal to the high temperature to the spinal cord. This signal is then passed to the motor nerves through the connecting nerves. I hope now you understand clearly. Okay. That the sense organs through the sensory nerve, they will send to the spinal cord. The spinal cord reacts through the motor nerves. Okay. The motor nerves carry the instructions to the muscles of the hand to withdraw the hand. Okay. The motor cells or motor nerves carry instructions to the muscles of our hand to remove our hand. Like that. So we will remove our hand. Blinking of eyes, withdrawing of the foot when you step on a sharp object accidentally are other examples of reflex action. So these are all the examples of how we have to remove, how we will remove this and what are the actions we are doing. Because when the dust is coming, we're closing our eyes. Just we're closing our eyes. So everything is under the control of this sensory nerve and our brain. So brain is very, very important. Turn the page number 32. So here they have given some instructions to keep our brain safe. Okay. Be good to your brain. Be good to your brain. That means how you will safeguard your brain. You have to safeguard your brain. Eat healthy food that contain potassium and calcium, the two minerals that are important for the nervous system. Get a lot of playtime, that is exercise. Wear a helmet when you ride your motorcycle or any other two-wheeler. Use your brain by doing challenging activities such as puzzle, reading, making art, etc. That gives a nice workout to your brain. So here they have given the 4 important things how to keep your brain safe and active. Not only safe and keep active. First, eat healthy food that contain potassium and calcium. They are the two minerals that are very, very important for this our nervous system. Okay, that will available in potassium and calcium in the vegetables. So eat that vegetables more. Okay, that keeps your brain healthy. Get a lot of playtime, exercise. Not only exercise, do dhyana, yoga. Okay, that keeps your brain sharp and calm, and your brain will sharpen easily. Wear a helmet when you ride your motorcycle or any other two-wheeler. Not only motorcycle, by riding the bicycle also, you wear the helmet. For the cycle, their special helmets are made, so you use that helmet. Okay, because your child, your brain, that what you call muscles and the bones are not strong. So they are safeguarded by the helmet. Okay, the bones are not strong. You have to safeguard, take care about that. Next, use your brain by doing challenging activities such as puzzles. That means read, think, do activities. So then your brain will sharpen. This is the only the thing, when you sharpen more, it will sharp more. Okay, when you take the knife and sharpen more, it will decreases, size decreases. But here the brain, when you sharpen more, it the size increases. So how this is? When you sharpen the knife or scissor, the size will decrease after sharpening, 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 sharpening. But here, if you sharpen your brain more, that means how to sharpen? Thinking, reading, everything, activities, doing activities, puzzles. Okay, then your brain will improve. Your brain will improve. The size of the brain will improve. So this is empty box. Whatever you feel, it will fill. It will take in. Okay. Always feel good habits. Always feel good things. So always be positive. Always be positive. Positive thinking is very, very important. Don't think negative. No, it is not possible. It is not possible. Then it is not possible. Always think, yes, it is possible by me. Then your mind and your body supports for that. This lesson is very easy. I will read it. If you think like that, it is very easy for, oh, this is very difficult. How can I read? When I read, there is no time. Don't think like that. Okay, then that is what we are saying. Be positive, so your brain is sharp. Okay, so these are the facts that to keep in your mind, to keep your brain safe. I hope you understand. Up to here, we will continue in the next class. Be safe. Thank you very much.